Occasionally, a physical game and an iOS version will release almost simultaneously. This is what happened with Ei8ht, a dice game that we will check out now and see how it works both physically and in a digital format. In Ei8ht, you roll 8 sided dice. These dice have numbers 3 through 8 on them, as well as 10 and 20. 5, 10, and 20, when they come up, automatically score you those points. The others you score based on straights or sets of those points. To actually score, you need to be able to roll a roll that will let you end your turn, which only happens when you roll 1 point die and nothing else scores points. In this case, then, your turn would be over if you choose to do so. You can also score negative points. Pairs of numbers that are not point dice do give you negative points based on their type. There's also a wild that allows you to add to different things. It's an interesting game with a large amount of luck, but definitely an interesting take on the traditional dice game. Ei8ht on iOS is a universal app that follows the rules of the game in their natural format and allows you to play against AI or locally and also with players online. Let's take a look at the app and see how it stacks up. In Ei8ht, you can create a game with multiple local players, up to 4, as well as AI players that you can see at the bottom of the screen. You can customize each player's name, actually you're required to do so, and each AI appears to play slightly differently, though the amount of choices in the game are very few, so it actually is not too big of a difference. The players will continue to play until they either fail, which is more common, or achieve a roll where they can cash the points that they have earned. For the most part, most of your interaction with the app will be clicking the roll button. However, sometimes when you have a straight or a roll that will let you end your turn, you can select that straight or select to end your turn based on the points that you have accumulated. The game connects to Game Center and has leaderboards as well as achievements. These achievements, I have yet to achieve any, but they seem like things that you could challenge yourself to achieve. There is a rulebook for the game, though the game itself does walk you through the decisions you have to make during a given turn. But this rulebook is useful if you want to see the detail on scoring and the other options in the game. One of the most interesting features in Ei8ht is the ability to set up online games. I did not expect to see this sort of functionality available in an app of this type, but they do have their own server where you need to make your own username and password, and then you can play with others online. Games of Ei8ht can seem to take a little bit of time, but if you have time to play online and this game interests you, that is an option. I hate to admit that Ei8ht is not a game that I enjoy. You have almost no control over most of what is going on, as 60 or to 70% of the rolls that you will do will fail automatically just due to the autopilot of the game. You automatically have to keep every pair, and you automatically have to keep rolling if all 8 dice score you points, or if you have any dice that didn't score points, you have to keep rolling them. You don't choose what is held, it is all just held for you. The only 2 times that you have choices are when you roll a straight, you can decide to hold or keep throwing those dice. That is an important choice because it lowers your odds of having dice that will score your points, which is the only way to score. The other time that you have a choice is when you roll a roll that will let you keep going or bank your points. Obviously, if you have any positive points, it is usually best to bank those. Accusing a dice game of having too much luck is a very strange thing to do, and that's not what I'm trying to do here. What I am saying is that this game has very few choices. Even in Yahtzee, which is a lot relied on luck, you have a choice every time you roll. What do I keep? What do I throw back? You have that choice. In this game, you do not have a choice on 2/3 of the rolls that you make. I need choices in a game. The app itself is fairly well done and free. It does feature ads, as you can see throughout the video. The interface usually works well. There's one bug that I've found where if you forget to choose your straight before you click the word use it, it will not let you use it and you have to skip that straight. The app does feature some nice features such as online play and things of that nature. However, since the game doesn't really interest me, Online play is not something that I think that I will use much more in the past. Again, your interaction with the app is basically pressing the roll button and seeing what happens. The app is not perfect, but it does present the game well. So if this game interests you from what I've said about it, then I definitely would check out the app since it's free and a nice way to play it digitally with players locally or online. So definitely check it out if this interests you. However, it definitely is not for me.